Now finished having coffee with a dear friend, Jackie Boyd, a real estate agent in Jacksonville, Florida. In 2015, I was invited to speak at an event about my book, Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. At that event, I heard a presentation about this company that I'd known of over 20 years. I knew the company was great. I knew the products were great, but I never looked at it because of how people approached me. The way they approached me gave me the impression as if it was an MLM or direct sales company like an Amway or Mary Kay or an Avon. However, when I heard the presentation in its entirety, the first thing I said was it was not the company's fault that I'd been getting the wrong information. The next thing I said was that I was already teaching people that finances are 80% behavior, 20% know-how. I said, if I got people to shop online, beginning with myself, then that means I'd be looking at my expenses. And if you're looking at your expenses, then you'd have to track your expenses. And tracking is the first step to creating a budget. Now, it was 3 years later, in January 2018, when things took a shift. That's when I read the lung damage study that said cleaning your home just once per week with certain products, bleach, ammonia, scrubbing bubbles, Pine Sol, Lysol, Fabuloso, has the equivalent impact on your lung capacity as smoking a pack of cigarettes per day for 20 years. A family, I grew up in the South, in Georgia, hearing if it doesn't smell like bleach, it's not clean. Well, my mother-in-law is a breast cancer survivor. My father-in-law passed away from pancreatic cancer. My grandmother passed January 12, 2020 after a bout with cancer. And my wife's sister passed November 1st, 2020 after a bout with cancer. It was in that moment that I made a decision that I had a responsibility to share this message. Prevention is a cure, and stop cleaning dirt with poison. And so my invitation to each and every one of you as you're listening to this is simply me saying, take the same evaluation that I did. Just simply consider evaluating the pricing, the shipping, and the quality of the products to determine whether or not it would make sense for you to choose to buy there versus buying from where you're normally buying. Are you willing to consider a different brand or a different store? Simply open up an account, $19 a year, place your initial order to activate it, to gain access to over 450 products that we already are buying. Same dollars, better spent. But most importantly, if you know anyone that may have a desire to reduce the risk of heart disease, reduce the risk of cancer, or to reduce overtaxation, then please refer them to me.